Hey, good morning. Sorry, my camera is dead. I don't know why it didn't charge overnight, but
I like this. I think it's like you're making a statement.
yeah, I'm I'm blacked out in solidarity, dude.
Yeah.
In solidarity with the market. This is how it feels right now.
Well, yeah.
My soul, you know. Anyway, here we go.
I was, thinking that by there being like a giant Bitcoin reserve signed last night that we would just be absolutely sending this morning. But
Well, did we do let me pull up the video. We'll come back to this. Let's talk about the charts, but Trump signing it is quite funny.
yeah, it wasn't even like, we're not gonna sell any or something. I don't know. He said something about
It was like, "Do you believe in this?" Like the other guy like introducing, and he's like, and you like this, right?" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "All right, well, I promise." So
a promise is a promise. But, looking at the Bitcoin chart, this is actually pretty hopeful for me. We had a lot of volatility this week and last week, but it feels like 90K, they just are not going to let it die. So let's hope that that continues. It feels like it's holding pretty strong here though. I think it's, there were a lot of calls for we're going to 65, we're going to 70, a lot of calls for 70 because like if you look right here, this line here is kind of like because of the wick, but really, it's probably like right, upper 60s, 70 is what a lot of people are calling for, which would make sense if we did get a little bearish. But to me, like I said, it's a good sign that everything's holding here. Kind of like a crazy week, for macro and like having to be like, oh, we were supposed to have like this really bullish crypto summit on Friday, but was that just supposed to be like a little caveat or something to, tariffs and cutting off Ukraine and, all the things that the market has been reacting to? So, yeah, I mean, all in all, I feel pretty good here. Obviously, I still think a U.S. reserve is bullish. I mean, just looking like real fast at this, article earlier, even though price has just been like very sideways, we're still looking at, this reserve, which is already the point of the article is that, it's already spurring like a bunch of other countries to already, try to catch up. China's already kicking around like that they're about to launch one. BlackRock has apparently made some kind of pledge or something that they're about to dump a bunch of money in the Bitcoin. Does it help our alts though? I don't know. It's like same story, right? I mean, Bitcoin's holding well. We have this Bitcoin reserve. The summit's happening today, so we don't know quite yet what's going to be unveiled. The rumor is that, or at least, the rumor has been going around, especially on X, is that people are saying that they are going to announce cutting capital gains tax on crypto, which, I mean, I can't imagine there being like a more bullish thing like an administration could do, a government could do in terms of like promoting crypto. So, I mean, if we can't get some movement out of this, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
yeah, well, look, it's marginal, isn't it? All this stuff doesn't like. It seems like the markets don't really care about this kind of news anymore. At least I think it seems to be overshadowed by the greater, I guess, economic uncertainties, which I'm going to keep coming back to here, right? The tariff thing is really what seems to be rocking the boat the most. People don't know whether they should be saving in low risk assets, whether or not life is going to become unaffordable for them in the long term or not. If we're going to speculate, I've seen lots of different types of copes on the timeline, right? I've seen people saying, this is just like when he first was elected. He does, and this is quite Machiavellian, where you do all the evil shit up front that scares people, and then you kind of just get really, what do you call it, helpful towards the end, build that momentum.
Yeah.
But there is some speculation, right? He's going to do this. He's going to destabilize the markets, really get all he needs to get done now to flush out all the bad actors, and then start kind of reconsolidating. He has talked about initial stimulus, which of course would be bullish for these risk assets. But, I'm just a guy. So, I mean, I'm not, I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Cause I mean, I think that's the idea is that the U.S. taking this shift. I think what they're hoping for and like what we're seeing here is the idea that we have like kicked off a race. I mean, it's like an arms race, but how much Bitcoin can you hoard, right? So yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, China's considering it. Abu Dhabi launched one last month. Everybody's kind of like launching their Bitcoin funds. You know, what I was going to say about like, oh, it's kind of like the same story was that it hasn't like affected. Dominance is still just right where it has been, right around 60% for Bitcoin. So are they ever going to take their hands off our throats for our alts? You know what I mean? Is it going to happen? I hope so. I think, we're just still like in a different, it's just like a different game now. I think I'm starting to like continue to lean more into this idea that we're kind of out of the eternal euphoria phase and then down 99% on all our coins. I'm starting to feel like maybe it is the case that we're kind of like in a new normal where every however many months or a couple times a year or whatever, we do see like a really big, like kind of like alt run. Like it's kind of like what we've been doing right now. We'll have this, big, after some like Bitcoin liquidations or whatever, we'll have like a really strong like alt run for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then, it's kind of like back to business and, alts bleed. And I'm starting to wonder if that is kind of like what the cycle is going forward. I could be totally wrong though. I mean, hey, summer is still looking pretty bullish. Let's say that, Bitcoin and Ethereum keep getting black holed in the ETFs and they drop those stimmies in the summer. It's going to be euphoria for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think in that it's like a different game. I kind of thinking we might be, I always say this, like entering a more mature phase of the markets, right? Where like a lot of the speculation is starting to die off. The bubble is like deflating. So we're kind of going to see not like the classic, and by classic, we always say it's like a classic bull market or whatever, but it's like it happened like once or twice where like just a bunch of alts run insane where you could just throw money at anything and make 10x. That's not how markets are really supposed to work. So it could never have gone on forever. So you really have to choose quality, right? Is really where it's at. So that's why we're on Gmsonic. You know what I mean? That's why the show's called Gmsonic. It's not called GM Sui or whatever.
Yeah.
GM Cardano. Okay. Because it's about the quality. Now, so I just found this video, so I want to put it back up. It's only a minute, but like, let's take a look. I think this is kind of like it's kind of funny to see like how he actually seems to be feeling or thinking about this, which is not really at all the Bitcoin reserve.
We're signing, this is very historic, an executive order, Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sales of Bitcoin.
It's like he's the first time he's ever heard this.
Cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do. So.
And this is something you believe in?
100%, yeah.
Very good.
It is like you said. It's like, so you like this? Well, okay, I'm going to sign it then.
I like this part here.
Okay.
He does like a little thing where he's like pleased at his own signature. He's like, it's a good one. He cares more about his signature than what he just signed. It's funny to me. So like,
I love
think
that.
He might have just. It's also funny that he made all these crypto people, he had CZ fucking come out to DC.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not adding your shitcoin to the reserve, bro. I'm not even really buying Bitcoin. I'm just putting Bitcoin that we've already seized into like a vault and just not selling it. Which I mean is good. I think it's like something like 8 billion of sell pressure removed from the markets, or like speculative sell pressure. I don't know if that was actually open orders or whatever. So it's good, but But anyway.
Yeah, I think the order is, they're putting it in the vault, and then if he sticks to his, I don't know if they've signed this part yet, but the idea was, they're putting all the stuff they've seized into a vault, and then the original plan was that they would buy a certain amount every year to also stick in the vault. So I don't know if that part's like been sealed up yet, but I would say the two together is pretty, like I said, pretty bullish. It's sparked off like a little Bitcoin arms race. Costa Rica, those guys got to be sitting pretty right now, right?
Oh yeah. Well, Costa Rica, isn't it El Salvador?
Oh, El Salvador. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. They got to be like sitting pretty. They had a good buy.
Oh yeah.
Good area where they accumulated.
They locked up all the prisoners and they accumulated Bitcoin at lows. They've got to be doing real good.
We need to move there.
Yeah.
I love this. I love the idea that like El Salvador, everybody was like, oh, like these guys are stupid and they're accumulating like in the teens.
Yeah.
And then Germany completely like capitulates at the very bottom. So less than in there.
Eurocucks outplayed by Latin Chads once more. It's a tale as old as time.
Every time. Hate to see it. But
I love to see it personally. But speaking of Euro chuds, there's something brewing in Vienna. Do you know about this?
Oh yeah.
Birdmania. Birdmania. We're not paying it. They got rid of the gangs, dude. They locked all the gang members naked in prison.
Yeah, they
locked the videos.
Yeah, dude, I love watching those YouTube videos where it's just like they're just like I mean, I'm almost starting to wonder if like they were just yanking people off the street. I hope that there's nobody in there that's not supposed to be in there, because they were just like we basically just like locked up like 30% of the population that are like all part of this gang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they literally did just lock, like, the criteria was like, if you have tattoos, if you're gang affiliated in any way, it was literally like, we'll lock them all up and sort it out later. And they're just not going to sort it out later.
Benny says they got them on bikes in prison powering the miners.
Dude, honestly, like, no shit, they are doing shit like that. But at the same time,
awesome.
Look, if you guys are into the politics and stuff, it is a really interesting thing to check out, because it is like a crazy situation, because, it's a huge violation of civil liberties, but at the same time, things have never, like, you do not have, in like a civilized country, which I'm assuming most of us live in, like Western Europe or the United States, the state of affairs in El Salvador was so dire, you could not like do a normal job without the risk of getting murdered for not like supporting a gang or supporting the wrong gang. Their stories, this is the last thing I'll say about it, but this just blew my mind. So a big business is busing, right, in Latin America, because there's, not a lot of people own cars, so you have to like take a bus everywhere. There's like all these like bus companies, and the bus companies have to pay protection to gangs, right? But sometimes a gang will shoot up a rival gang's buses because like,
there's just like people on the bus.
Yeah, you should be paying protection to us instead of this other gang, right? So like, if you pay protection, you could be paying protection. It doesn't matter who you're paying protection to; you're just caught up in the gang war. So pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, because then like somebody else is just like, no, we want that now, so get to paying.
Yeah, Beavis has no relatives that went to jail, and they're pretty happy about it. I mean, I'd be happy about it too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
nice. I mean, yeah. So getting back to charts and everything else.
Oh yeah, do you want to do charts some more? I'm so excited about this.
Oh yeah, well let's cover, since you were saying, speaking of Europors.
Speaking of Europors, we're doing the Sonic Summit in Vienna, Austria. I want to go here, dude.
May 6th to 8th, the Sonic Summit.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Michael Kong in this beautiful church.
It is going to be in that giant church, right? It is in the giant church.
Yeah, well, I think they say they're taking over historic venues, so I'm assuming it's going to be in the giant church, the giant plaza, the giant museum. You have to pay 10 Sonic to get in at all of these locations.
Yeah, well, I saw Bird in the chat. Shout out to Bird, always putting on these crazy events.
Oh, Bird's behind this? I had no idea, dude. Bird, explain yourself in the chat.
Bird says museum. That's all he'll say.
Museum, smiley face. Okay.
Museum.
So I'm stoked about this. I mean, I would, just because I'd like to go to Vienna, but also
that's far enough in advance. I think I'll go.
I'm curious to see what the discussions will be about at this point here. What's going to be cooking in May?
Yeah, May 6th to 8th. So if you are in Europe, you should
Muhomo. Yeah, dude, the Museum of Homosexual History. That's where we're all going.
I seriously doubt that's a real thing, but that made me laugh.
It might be real, dude. Oh, they're gonna have good cake. Wait, is Birdmania Austrian? That would explain a lot of his sympathies to certain historical figures.
I won't dox him, but he's out there somewhere.
Sonic and hard sodas. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been 9. Yeah, we've been talking about doing the Sonic hard soda deal out here in Atlanta. Been kicking that around for a while, so
bro,
I just have to like make time to do it. But yeah, we really want to do that, and been chatting with Bird about that, and hopefully I have the crazy Sonic schedule for the year, which they're going to be like everywhere. So we're going to try to squeeze that in somewhere.
Do you really think they can handle Vienna, or you think they can really handle Atlanta, dude? The Foundation boys.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm gonna run them to Magic City and that will be
Dude,
trial by fire.
We got to see how expensive it is to get Drewski to show up, dude. That would change everything. He's based out of Atlanta.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we got to. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do a whole thing. So we'll get Drewski. We're gonna make a little short documentary. Go to Magic City, get some lemon pepper wings. It's gonna be fun. But that's just all hypothetical. Like I said, something we're trying to do. If you're in the Southeast, hopefully we'll have a date for that at some point. But as we were saying, Vienna, May 6th to the 8th, gonna be a big one. So congrats to the lads for putting that together. And yeah, me and Corval, we might roll out there.
Yeah, I'm excited to do some live coverage. I'll come out with my lab mic. I'll come out with my cell phone camera. I'll come out with what other equipment do I need, Drac? I can't bring a gun.
I'll do like consensus where I bring all this stuff to make content and I don't do a single thing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that's my main plan. Bert says Northside Tavern. Yeah, not a bad place for an event in Atlanta. Lots of space, good bar, all that. So, but yeah, no, I was just going to point out real fast while we were talking about Bitcoin, how it was hanging in there. Sonic actually, all things considered with what's been happening with vaults this week, I feel like looking pretty strong. As you can see here with the VRVP, which is like the volume profile, people are very interested in Sonic at 50 cents, which is a good thing to see. Previous charts, we would have these areas like this here where there would be like these really big gaps all over the place. So what we're seeing here is like 50 to 60 cents looks like people are saying like, that's where I want to buy. That's like, to me, that's like the floor, right? The bottom. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's pretty strong because previously Fantom, we were seeing these areas where, 50, 60 cents kind of no man's land in terms of like, if you drop below 50, it's, we're tumbling down to like 20s or whatever. So to me, this is pretty strong right here.
MVK's calling for a dump, dude. And can we ban MVK for this? What is he talking about? He's gonna dump? No, dude, come on. No, I mean, I actually kind of hope it dumps, dude. I got a lot of liquid now because I've been so scared. So if it dumps, I can just buy more.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, my view right now is like I don't think we're going much lower. This is just my prediction. I think we're kind of bottomed out here on the tariff bad macro news. I think people are also still kind of waiting to see if by like next week, I wouldn't be shocked if they were like, okay, well, fentanyl's at an all-time low, so we're taking the tariffs away.
Are you talking about rolling the tariffs? I think they already rolled it back.
I mean, dude, that's how fast this happens. You know what I mean? And it's gonna get really old, but the effect of it is also going to, diminish.
Look, it's just stronger. Okay.
Yeah, like as this game happens like twice a month, the effects on the market are going to diminish. So
yeah, definitely.
But this is not the heat map I would expect going into like this crazy crypto summit. But who's like a big loser on this chart?
Who's that?
Cardano.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard that Charles got uninvited.
No way, are you serious?
Yeah, they saw like the kimono pictures with the samurai swords, and they were like, this guy can't come to watch. Like, you got to draw a line somewhere, right? Like, Ethereum Foundation, soy boys, but got their act together, whatever. Solana, obviously, high-level execs that come and play the game. Then you see Charles in a kimono balding with a samurai sword. So kick him out of the reserve is what I say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Trump loves the samurai swords too, doesn't he?
He might respect it, honestly.
Yeah, I think maybe it was more because he couldn't stand to have someone challenge his masculinity in that way. You know what I mean? A younger guy. Charles is kind of like a younger Trump. You know what I mean? Like he's hustling out here. He's making deals. He's making things happen.
Yeah, mostly arguing with people on X, but
yeah.
Yo, Yankee says he has an Apache helicopter. Holy shit.
Wait, he does?
I'm kind of like changing my mind here. I'm starting to like the guy.
Wait, let's see. This is what I'm talking. I need to just make this up. Look, see, Trump loves the samurai. He's an adherent to it.
Well, shit. Maybe I'm wrong then. But either way, just gonna stick it to Cardano any chance I get. So,
I mean, look, let's not kick them while they're down, dude.
Yeah,
we've already pwned them on DeFi Llama. I mean, has anyone since we talked about this last? Has anyone actually gone to Cardano and try to do a transaction ever to see what it's like?
I've had. Now it is interesting that ever since we kind of started this beef that is organically like opened up on the timeline. I'm not getting mad people anymore though, messaging me at least, but I have actually seen some people that were like, I've seen 2 or 3 people that are like, I went to Cardano to like play around and it was like insanely bad. But you got to think the tech is, I mean, the tech is so old. I mean, like what could you even really do there at this point?
Look, Cardano's got 24-hour app revenue, $722, dude. What are they doing over there, bro?
Don't know.
If you launch a DEX, on Cardano, you can make $20 basically.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is that nice? I mean, I'm not a dev, so maybe that is nice. That seems very small to me. That seems like I might as well as get a job at literally McDonald's, dude.
Yeah, $20 a day to, dump in probably like 6 figures after audits. And that's if you're just making a nice little.
Look, if I'm launching on Cardano, I'm not doing any audits. Who the hell is hacking anything on Cardano, bro?
They took our coins. But enough about those guys. Something I was going to touch on that we've been waiting on. A Royco dropped. Very bullish.
Oh, I've got the assistant showing us this and bragging about this.
Yeah, the assistant was up here highfalutin with the alpha, and there was nothing on Royco yet. It hadn't launched. So we're the ones here showing you Royco now. But yeah, no, it launched. If you're not familiar, it's a really nice way to like streamline kind of seeing like what's going on with yields on the network, which, for Sonic, pretty big deal considering that's like, there's so much DeFi going on Sonic. I find myself overwhelmed. I'm pretty bad about, I'm constantly shifting pools and, swapping stuff. And I'm always looking for like better yields and everything else. So I like this right here where, this is obviously not like everything on the network, but it's a good bit where you can kind of like, you get like these incentives for going into certain pools and all that stuff. So definitely worth checking out. They've been waiting on this one, but this is a good one, man. This is a big launch.
That's awesome. So this is a way to just streamline my yields and my puntos, dude.
Yeah. So what people can do is they can like incentivize their pools further. Some of these are just points, but you'll see on other networks that people can also start incentivizing their actual pools, depositing in through Royco. So it's a good way to raise TVL. People like to just come on here and say, okay, like what can I get today? What can I earn today? They usually, they often have like a time limit or something. But I mean, like look at this, for instance. I mean, promising basically that's APY, but giving you like decent yield on stables. So I'm imagining this board will continue to grow. I think it literally just went live yesterday. So
early days.
Early days. Yeah, MVK, I was going to touch on this. We were kind of yesterday ended up being like this like crazy day for launches. There was like a lot of action yesterday. We had the Goggles EXE NFT mint that had a whitelist period with a lot of free mints for derp and goggles holders. But when it switched to public, it was sold out in minutes. So these were all like at different times too, which is kind of funny. So this was earlier in the day. Then, as what was being talked about by MVK, like a couple hours after that, Magpie had their like Fjord pre-sale. Like Fjord just launched on Sonic as well. Some kind of like little technical hiccup where it didn't launch right at time and everybody was panicking. But then when it went live, they raised $500K in under 1 minute, which is crazy. I mean, that's crazy impressive. They still have some other, they still have like a public sale and some stuff coming up. But for the first like Fjord sale, I'd say that was like a pretty bullish launch for everybody.
Dude, this is crazy. How the hell am I supposed to get into any of these pre-sales on Sonic? They all sell out in less than a minute. But like it's getting shorter and shorter. The first one was 5 minutes. Or not the first one. The first crazy one was 5 minutes, and now it's a minute.
Yeah, MVK says, did it get botted? I actually don't think it got botted. I think it was that there was really, for the supply that was available, there was pretty high caps. So like, I mean, what they're saying here, 9,000 people tried to get in, only 164 made it through. The caps were just really high. And I think what I'm seeing, what I would imagine the case is, I can't speak for the team. I'm not on it, but what I'm imagining is this is like more like a typical raise versus the public sale will probably still be, priced similar. And I'm sure it will have like lower caps, but you know, more available for more wallets or whatever. So, but yeah, congrats on that. I mean, bullish for Sonic. I mean, you know, that's part of what's been going on the timeline is that even with like what's happening on the market, like in the market, I mean, we're still just seeing a lot of activity on Sonic. We're still seeing a lot of things launching, people wanting to get in. To me, that's bullish. I mean, how is that not? I mean, we also saw that before the macro nuke this week, you know, we were having this little bubble where like Sonic was going up and everything was doing well on Sonic while the entire market was, you know, being dealt some pain with the kind of like collapse of the Solana retail meme craze. So like I said, I mean, you know, looking at that chart, it looks like a lot of people want to get in at this price. We're still seeing a ton of activity on the network. The DeFi plan is working. And it's what we've said all along is that, you know, this was kind of like a slower build, but they stuck to the plan and that plan is working. People want DeFi and it's going well.
Yeah, definitely. We're making new highs almost every day here on TVL. Whether or not you like TVL as a metric, TVL is increasing, stablecoins increasing. Look, it's only up, baby. Okay, it's only up.
Yeah. I just feel like, you know, like I said, to me, all signs point to, barring more macro terror, I think we're still looking like pretty good here. Definitely looking great as a network. You know, like on a long term outlook. Yeah. There was also, I was gonna say there was a third. Okay, there was also. So you had the Goggles EXE launch that minted out really fast, the Magpie launch, but for the evening, if you were on the East Coast, something a little sexier for the evening EST guys.
Oh, wait a minute. So I couldn't find this website. Maybe it's because my browser is set into safe for work mode.
Yeah. So AI Aphrodite's is, I guess, how it's pronounced. I don't know. But
remember how I said we were the Gooner chain? What's the URL here, Dracula? Drop the URL in the chat here for me. Chat. Don't let these other guys see it.
Yeah, let me drop it in the chat here. But yeah, you know,
wow.
You always got to have some waifus on the ground level.
I feel like this is made for Andre, to be honest. I feel like these guys are like targeting Andre. Andre seems like a guy who has some waifus.
Yeah, so this is like a game, and you had free mints if you had, in case it's a bunch of hornballs. Yeah, like you had free mints as well if you had derp. So actually, you know, the real winner yesterday was derp holders, I think, because they had free Goggles EXE mints and they had free AI Aphrodite's mints. So ultimately, it's like some kind of game. They did have like a really high, I think they were trying to mint 10,000, which, as you know, it's like Sonic, you can't do that, bro. But they dropped the mint. So it did mint out. Like they dropped like the total number of NFTs and it did mint out. I'm not quite sure how the game works. Here's some of mine that I got.
You got some. Dude, let me buy that. Let me buy. This sounds messed up, dude. I feel like I'm an Ottoman prince, dude. Let me buy Lycerin from you. Let me buy this woman.
No. Lycerin's
buy your waifu.
Lycerin is not for sale, but you know, you could take Kalira over there on the left if you want.
You fool, dude. That's the one I actually wanted all along. Look how she's literally divine, dude.
Yeah, I'm keeping Lycerin for obvious reasons.
She's a bounty hunter, dude.
Yeah,
are these trading anywhere? Let's see. Are they trading on PaintSwap?
I don't think they're on PaintSwap yet. But yeah, this is promising some kind of game. I don't know. I don't have any idea what that is. On the site, there's not really like a ton of info about like what's happening yet, but it is going to be like some kind of.
Oh, they are trading on PaintSwap. The floor is 250.
All right. Well, there you go. If you got to have one, you can go get one.
Oh wait, actually the floor is 95. Sorry.
That's right. I'm going to collect more. Yeah.
Dracula's maidens, dude. We're always talking about Dracula's maidens. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, some of these are literally tagged not safe for work. PaintSwap won't even show them. PaintSwap's a good Christian application. They don't show, you know.
They keep it wholesome over there. Respect to that.
Sandwich is a very wholesome Chungus figure.
We should actually just make a like a smutty NFT market. Maybe PaintSwap could like link to us through that.
Dude, the red light district, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the red light market.
Yeah, where you get all the not safe for work stuff.
Well,
we'll kick him some fees.
Guys, let's do this. This is literally a $1,000 idea.
Yeah, this is a $20 a day Cardano idea, if you feel me.
Yeah, dude, we should launch on Cardano. We'll fit right in. Now, actually, the horrifying thing is that might actually do well, dude. Porn NFTs, you know. Anyway, look, I don't want to degrade the quality of this show right before we do our big, glow up.
That's right.
I got like a bunch of. I'm such a mess this morning. I got all this stuff I wanted to show, but it's all out of order. Oh, if I may be so bold as to plug my own Twitter here, just not just follow me. I don't really care to follow me. I really don't care. Don't follow me. But I did ask. I just want to show. I did ask for some money making strategies. I specifically targeted the silo intern, and I gotta say, other guys showed up in his place, dude. Do you know about beans? This is what I want to know about. Do you know about beans? I've never heard of beans.
I'm not familiar with beans yet. What are they saying?
So they're saying that they've got a dashboard that helps me kind of identify yields on vaults. I've never used this. Okay. This is my first time opening up the site, is now live on stream. So let me show it to you guys. What do you think about this, Drac? It's just like a way to filter pools essentially by APY, which seems kind of useful.
Yeah, that's useful. I mean, like I said, it's kind of like almost like, like I said, the Royco thing, they show you pools that can be like incentivized by the protocols to like give further rewards. But like a nice overhead of like everything, I would say is pretty nice. Yeah,
I think that's kind of what made me think of it. And then also Stablejack, we've had them on the show. They were doing a little marketing here. They're showing off a couple of their faults here. But yeah, just wanted to give them the airtime they did because they answered my call. You know what I mean? So next time I put out a call out, be sure send me your ideas. I'll put them up on the show. What you got on offer?
Silence from the silo intern. That's
well, he didn't completely snub me. Look, he just said on it, King. So he might be delivering something big, dude.
Yeah. So if he's saying he's on it, he's probably about to drop you like your own personal thread.
Dude, he's probably fucking stalking my wallets right now. He's probably looking at my assets, probably rifling through my private keys and giving me the best deals he possibly can. That's how much I trust this guy, by the way, is I gave him my private keys to my egg wallet.
Yeah. Shout out the intern. This makes me think of him.
How about multimillionaires? How about 8 inches and thick?
Yeah, he's always saying that.
Always saying that.
He's always saying that even if you agree with him. It's really fucking weird. Like, hey, intern, where do you want to go for lunch? He's like, how about 8 inches and thick? It's not a restaurant, dude, but I mean, we can look at subs, I guess.
It could be. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got today. Yeah, like next week, we are hopefully, we got to get that sorted out hopefully today. But yeah, I think starting next week, we're coming from the Sonic Eco channel. So excited for that. We'll keep everybody posted on where to watch and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be big. Like I said, we're adding an extra host that's coming once a week at least. And not much will change to the show though. We're still just going to come on here, shoot the shit, look at some charts, talk about what's going on. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm still just going to blather on about whatever. Yeah, I know Drac's got to go real quick, but before you sign off, dude, very last thing in the show, I just want help here, dude. Should I be an assassin, a thrall, a savage, or a mage? Which vibe do I give off more, Drac, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm looking here. This is Sacra, which we totally forgot we were going to talk about Feem and gaming on Sonic, and we were playing around with Sacra, and I mean, this looks impressive. Honestly, bro, I think you're like the thrall.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a thrall. I'm like a survivalist. I'm a slave, pretty much. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, wait, I got to buy him, dude? All right, scam. I'm out of here. Maybe we'll come back to Sacra if I make enough Sonic in the meantime.
Yeah. Like I said, man, it's poking around. It was impressive. Maybe we'll do like a longer form look at it. It wasn't just like a coin flip or something, it's like they built like a real game. So props to anybody doing that. We're starting to have some gaming, and I think that I'm not a huge blockchain gamer. We've discussed all this before on other shows, but if something like actually looked really good and runs really smooth, which is, basically like what Fate Adventure and this is doing, might actually check some stuff out. Of course, S4 runs really smooth, but different kind of game, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, Andre's really pushing the Feem. I think that for gaming, it really makes sense. Extra income stream. And on top of that, just, super fast TXs and everything. So, but yeah, we'll dive into that some more. I think we need to.
Yeah, I think we do. Look, we got to do a gaming special.
That's what it should be. Yeah.
Benny, send me your Balenciaga gift card, dude. I'll up my drip game, bro.
But yeah, that's what we got for today. We will see you guys Tuesday, probably on the Sonic Eco channel. But we'll, like I said, we'll keep everybody updated if we're ready to roll with that. And hope everybody has a good weekend. Hopefully this summit moves the market up a little bit today.
Yeah, I think it's going to, dude.
We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Gmsonic is Corval and Dracula Presley. GM.